Hello YouTube, this is going to be like the Mississippi River of vlogs, long, slow, and full of tangents. According to the comments on my latest YouTube video, I need a haircut. Boom! You're welcome! That was a Vine that I recorded in the future. Now we're back in the past and I haven't gotten my haircut yet. Are you familiar with Vine? It's kind of like YouTube, except you can only talk for 6 seconds. When it first started, I reacted like many people who consider themselves to be writers, that's including me, when they first got on Twitter. They're like, 140 characters, I need like 140 chapters to be able to say anything. Speaking of which, have you heard the one about George R.R. Martin and why he's not on Twitter? Did I just say R 3 times? I'm not quite sure. But anyway, he's not on Twitter because he already killed all 140 characters. Oh, that was a really long speech with no jump cuts. I noticed in the comments of last Tuesday's video that everyone pretty much commented about my hair and not about Matthew McConaughey's abs. So Matthew McConaughey, if you're watching this, and I assume that you are, my hair apologizes to your abs for being such a distraction. Since my hair was apparently so notable, and I don't know why, I guess like that day I was just like, oh, I'm gonna like make my hair really big like Albert Einstein. I thought I would make today's video about the subject of hair and haircuts, which is something that most of us have. I mean, one time I had cancer and I didn't have hair for a while, but now I do again. I lived in Los Angeles for about a year when I was getting my master's degree, and there was this guy there named Jerry who cut my hair, and his haircuts were like masterful. Like I would look in the mirror afterwards and be like, holy crap, who is that handsome man who was staring at me? In the recording of this video, I've already had to pause 3 times while sirens went by. Apparently, there's a lot of emergencies going on in DC today. When I moved back to DC, I started getting my hair cut by a guy I called the Frenchman. I'll call him that because he's French. His haircuts were not quite as good as Jerry's. So I wanted to go get my hair cut somewhere else, but then I was afraid that I would hurt the Frenchman's feelings. A couple times when I was traveling to Los Angeles during that time period to give speeches, I would go and get Jerry to cut my hair. I was so afraid when I come back to DC that the Frenchman would be like, oh, so I can't do accents at all. I'm not even gonna try. But, you know, that he would be like, oh man, I haven't seen you for a long time. Have you been seeing other stylists? Isn't that the weirdest thing, that you have this like loyalty to your stylist and you feel like if you go to someone else and you're like cheating on your normal stylist and he or she is gonna be so hurt if you find that the other stylist isn't as good and you want to go back to the first stylist, but then you're like, man, I can't go back to the first stylist now because I haven't been there for like 6 months. But I had some personal problems also with the Frenchman. For example, he was always hitting on girls. Specifically, you remember T.O., aka The One? Yeah, she's back in my YouTube narrative. If you haven't seen all 300 of my YouTube videos, then first of all, like, what, do you have activities in your life that are more important than watching another guy talk about his life and problems with girls and having one leg? Secondly, go back and watch those videos about T.O., aka The One. The first one is called The Note I Put Under a Girl's Door, and the second one is called Parking Lot Awkwardness. Since I made those videos, there has been more to the interesting saga of T.O., aka The One. I will tell you about that in the next few months. Speaking of girls, I'll update you on in the next few months. My promise to you last year was that if I hit 200,000 subscribers by January 1st, I would tell you the story about when I accidentally dated my cousin. I did not hit 200,000 subscribers by January 1st, although it looks like I'll hit 200,000 subscribers sometime soon. Welcome to you new subscribers who probably heard about me through my Justin Bieber video. So I think what I'm gonna do is when my next book, We Should Hang Out Sometime, comes available for pre-order, it comes out in bookstores in January 2015. It'll come out for pre-order probably sometime this summer. Anyone who pre-orders the book will be able to view a secret video about all of the gory details of when I dated my cousin. As I was saying, the Frenchman would often hit on T.O., aka The One. And that was weird because he hit on her very aggressively and he was married. Yeah. But the Frenchman went out of business, so I had the opportunity to start going to a new guy. When I went to see the new guy, he told me on the first day that he had been shot like 5 times, and so basically he's like the 50 Cent of stylists. I won't be cheating on him. Please subscribe for a new video from me every Tuesday.